Stacey and I'm back with another video. So, for today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys yung mga na-accomplish kong plates during my second year. Yeah, I guess let's get started. For the first few plates na ipapakita ko, these were for my advanced color study subject. Here it is. Siguro, napanood nyo na yung Paint With Me video ko nito, but if you haven't, ayan. So this plate was for my advanced color studies class. It was also the first plate that I made for the school year. Super proud ako of this plate kasi when I made this, parang fresh pa ako from vacation. So walang practice, walang warm-up, diretso gawa lang ng plate. Although it did take me a while to get this plate right. Ang dami kong pinagdaanan nung ginagawa ko tong plate na to kasi during the process, parang hindi ganun kaganda yung nakikita ko. Like, I just wasn't happy with what I was seeing and I almost repeated this plate. Pero, thankfully, hindi ko ginawa. Buti na lang, I decided to just go with it. Also, this plate was actually just one page of a bigger plate. And yun yung ipapakita ko next. So yun nga, as I have mentioned, still for my advanced color studies class, we were tasked to create a color journal. And parang each page is a different
time period.
So, merong prehistory, merong Renaissance, Baroque. Initially, dapat talaga traditional lang kami for the whole task. But our prof decided to allow us to create it digitally. And since sobrang daming time periods na kailangan daanan, I thought na it would be best to do it digitally na lang to save time and to save materials. I'm going to be showing a few pages of that journal, but honestly, hindi ko siya fully ma-consider as like a plate compared to the first one I showed you guys kasi this took less effort and it doesn't feel as original kasi a lot of it is just copied from the internet, yung mga pictures and all, I just got it from the internet. But still, okay naman yung kinalabasan. It just doesn't feel like a plate. Moving on, these are patterns. So we were tasked to choose two patterns from the internet and gagayahin namin yon. Pero ang twist is that we are supposed to divide the pattern into different sections and each section is a different play with the colors. So merong high saturation, low saturation, high contrast, low contrast, and parang inverted na color or complementary, parang gano'n. Hindi lang ito yung mismong plate. After creating these patterns, kinompile namin siya and we presented it through a magazine. So, I'm going to be showing you guys that. So, for my magazine, imbes na ilagay ko lang yung patterns ko and i-explain like paano siya naging high contrast, low contrast, gano'n, I decided to also kind of insert parang yung story nung process ng paggawa ko nung plate na to. And I'm really glad that I decided to add that into my magazine kasi I got a really good feedback from my professor just because of that. Yeah, this was my last plate for advanced color studies. Now, we're moving on to history of interior design. The next plate that I'm going to be showing you guys is probably one of my favorite traditional plates for the school year, and it is my Dome of the Rock painting. Nirender ko to in just under a day. First time kong mag-render and mag-drawing ng exterior ng isang building. This was really new to me, pero I'm glad na I was able to pull it off. Ayan. Grabe, sobrang proud talaga ako sa plate na to. Ipapa-frame ko to. Konti na lang, ipapa-frame ko na to. Sorry kung medyo umingay. Binuksan ko yung electric fan kasi medyo nainitan na ako. Next up is this plate, which is a bedroom design inspired by Chinese interior design style. Ayan. So, this was a pair work. Dalawa kaming nag-design na to, pero ako yung nag-render. Favorite part ko dito yung sahig kasi grabe. Ang kinis, ang kintab. Bagong wax yung floor natin dito. So yeah, ito yung last plate ko for history of interior design, and I think I was able to finish strong. So the next plates that I will be showing you guys are for my design subject naman, and for the second year we focused on retail design. Itong first plate namin, this was more of like a diagnostic activity. Parang gusto makita ng professor namin where we are in terms of our design skills pagdating sa mga retail spaces. So, ginawa namin to before pa kami mag-lesson. Here it is. I created a skincare store. I don't think it's bad, pero it's also not good. It's decent. I mean, now, looking back at it, parang sobrang generic ng dating niya, and you don't really get a sense of what the brand is about just by looking at the design, which is supposed to be your goal when it comes to retail design. Hindi mo agad na pick up ano bang target na tong brand na to, ano bang background nila or what. It's just a yellow store with skincare. Okay. So, this next plate na ipapakita ko sa inyo, honestly, ayoko na talaga sanang ipakita. Pero alam niyo naman ako, I like to keep things real here in my channel. I'm going to be showing you guys what I consider to be my worst plate for the whole school year. During my second year din kasi, we were given the chance, finally, to create our designs digitally. And nung ginawa ko to, wala akong background pagdating sa CAD and sa SketchUp. Wala akong alam. Also, I was cramming during this time. So, I had to experiment and explore CAD and SketchUp in just a few days. Pakita ko na, teka lang. So, ang task namin here is to create a concept store for an existing brand, and I chose the SEM. Honestly, ang ganda nung design concept ko, pero hindi ko siya masyado nabigyan ng justice when it came to the actual execution of the design. Hindi ko paggamay yung SketchUp, and parang at that moment, nung ginagawa ko tong plate na to, parang ang pinaka nasa isip ko na lang nun is, I just want this to be done. Ayun, nirush ko siya. Yeah, hindi ako masyado nakapag-explore during that time. Also, I'm looking at the side kasi nandito yung laptop ko. Nandito yung screenshots ng plates ko. Pero yun, sobrang layo nung final output ko from my initial concept. I wasn't quite happy about that, pero it happens. Hindi lahat ng plate na napoproduce natin will always be great. Sometimes, magkakaroon din tayo ng mga flops, and this was definitely a flop era for me. Pero, may character development ako, so shush. Moving on. This next plate was our Prelim Plate. So, for this task, we were required to create a Filipino fine dining restaurant. So, before kami mag-design, we were actually required to watch a docu-series, and from that series, we had to pick like an inspiration from it. So I actually came up with 3 different ideas, and the first one was inspired by the Bahay na Bato. The second one was inspired by Bahay Kubo, and then the third one is more on the Art Deco style. And as much as I like the first 2 options, feeling ko kasi it's overdone. So I decided to go with the Art Deco style. Ito yung perspective ko. Overall, I think the design is not bad, pero I think it could use a little bit more. Pero I'm really proud of the rendering though. the drawing and the rendering, I think I was able to do that very well. This was my last manually drawn plate. So yung mga susunod puro digital na. And then here is my floor plan for that restaurant. Nothing too special, pero ayun, makikita nyo nga na ang laki ng improvement compared sa first year drafting plates ko. So first year floor plans ko. And then moving on, we have my favorite plate, which is my casual dining restaurant. Again, inspired by Filipino culture. More specifically, indigenous groups. Inspired by indigenous groups. So I chose the Kalinga group. This was our finals plate. And grabe. Oh my gosh! Ang laki ng difference from my first SketchUp project. Kasi this time, I was actually able to explore na. But yeah, I'm really proud of this design. Ito yung one of the few plates na naramdaman ko from start to finish. I was able to execute everything well. It came together. And then here are the plans that I made for that restaurant. So we have here yung floor plan and furniture layout, floor pattern layout, reflected ceiling plan, and then the elevations. So for the last plate that I'm going to be showing you guys, this was actually for my special term. So for my special term, I took 2 subjects. First is visual merchandising, and then the second one is lighting design. And itong plate na to was for my Vis Merch class. For this plate, we were tasked to create a window display for an existing brand. Actually, pair activity to. My partner was in charge of creating the creative window display, and then ako, I made a seasonal window display. And ang ginawa ko was, I created a window display inspired by cherry blossom season. So, yeah, leaning towards spring. Here it is. Again, I'm really proud of this display. Dito mo talaga makikita na medyo nagagamay ko na yung paggamit ng SketchUp, and I really enjoyed making this plate. Kahit na medyo muntik na akong maiyak sa pag-place ng mga branches ng trees. So yeah, those are all of the plates that I will be showing you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, as well as push the notification bell down below so that you get notified every time I post a new video. That is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!